Hi guys, thank you for stopping by to share with Julie today. I hope you're having a fantabulous day today, guys. I promised a subscriber would do a video on fibroids about a week or two ago. So I have done some videos on fibroids before, but I figure I would just talk about it, mention 4 or 5 points, and then hopefully you will find it useful. And the first thing I would say, if you are dealing with fibroids, if you have fibroid tumor, one of the first thing I always suggest, and those of you who listen to me by now know what I'm coming with, it's the diet. You have to change the diet. I do recommend that you do it. I mean, you don't have to, but if you want results, if you want the symptoms to stop, I highly recommend that the first thing you do is change the diet. So diet is the first thing I would say that you need to address. And some change is better than no change at all. So do start with that. That's the first thing you want to start with. I found, for me personally, especially eliminating all animal products, meats, and that includes fish, guys. Some of you are thinking fish is okay. No fish, no animal products, no cheese, no milk, and things like that. The diet is extremely important, and when you start to eliminate these things from the diet, you will begin to see results. Your symptoms will stop, because remember, your aim is to first get rid of the bad symptoms and then begin that shrinkage. And so I would say start with the diet first and foremost. And when you remove certain things from the diet, don't start on processed foods, because sometimes it's tempting to, when you begin to take some things out of the diet, to fall back on what we consider comfort foods, which sometimes are the highly processed sugary foods. No, you want to focus mainly on including more fresh fruits and vegetables and green juices in the diet. And I would say one thing you could do is to, if you have 3 meals per day, substitute one of those meals for either a green juice or a green smoothie. Substitute one of those meals, whether it is the breakfast, the lunch, or the dinner. So that is something that is worth thinking about. But the diet is extremely important. That's the first thing. The second thing I would recommend is that you use the herbs. The herbs will help you like nobody's business, man. The herbs will help you. Seriously, they will. There are herbs that will help to bring about hormonal balance, that will help to shrink the fibroids, that will nutrify the body. And herbs that will help to shrink fibroids include red clover. Red clover herb. I did a video on 10 uses of red clover. You can go and check that out to see the other uses. Pas de arco, saw palmetto, chaparral. These are just some herbs. There are other herbs, of course, that will help with shrinkage, but these herbs can help with shrinkage. And in general, you can use herbs like these and the black squash, the red raspberry, peony root, black awe. These herbs are some herbs that can help you. The burdock, the yellow dock. Use the herbs. Even if it's to just have some ginger tea every day. Ginger improves circulation. And, so consider adding some herbs into, your daily routine. And so that is the second thing I would recommend. The third thing I would recommend is deep breathing. Do deep breathing exercises every day, even if it's for 4 to 5 minutes. If you can go longer, that would be great. If you can go to 15 minutes, do 15-20 minutes exercises like that, that would be wonderful. Get a quiet place and just sit and relax and practice deep breathing. I would say if you could go outdoors, that would be preferable, especially if you're in an area where the air is more fresh and cleaner than certain other places. That would be good. And if you're in a place that is heavily polluted or so, if you can drive out, or even at weekends, just go somewhere different where it's a different environment, the air is fresher, and you can take moments to just do some deep breathing and allow that fresh air to fill your lungs. And oxygen is an element that is basically, they say that the body is roughly between 61 to 65% oxygen. That shows you the importance of oxygen. And when we deep breathe, and the oxygen, we get the oxygen from that deep breathing exercise. Every cell of our bodies need oxygen. They need oxygen for getting rid of waste, for burning waste, to revitalize the system, to make red blood cells. So we need oxygen, and so it is important to practice these deep breathing exercises. So that is the third thing I would recommend. And the fourth thing I would recommend also is to exercise. Do some exercise. There's information that shows that people have been able to shrink fibroids as a result of exercise. So stretch. Sometimes it starts with just doing something simple. You can start even by walking every day, and then you might increase it and add different forms of exercises to it. But even a bit of walking every day does make a big difference. So that is something that is worth considering. The fifth thing I would say is fasting. Fasting has been shown to shrink fibroids. The most stubborn of fibroids will budge with some fasting. Of course, the only true fasting is abstaining from food totally. That is, but a lot of people will not be willing to do, for example, a water fast, or they won't be able to do it for a number of reasons. But if you aren't able to do that, fine. Practice intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, not only does it help to curb the diet, it helps you to curb your cravings, I should say. It it gives you a chance to a break between meals, so the body can get a chance to breathe, to clean house. Especially if when you do eat, you are eating things that nutrify the body, and you are using your herbs. So you want to use these things in conjunction. The snacking, cut out the snacking. I would recommend that you cut out the snacking and practice a bit of intermittent fasting for a period of time. And during the intermittent fasting period, I would actually suggest that you, especially if you've got those really stubborn fibroids and you're able to afford it, you can add some enzymes during your intermittent fasting. Systemic enzymes. I know usually I don't promote enzyme is probably the only thing that I do promote for fibroids like that. for fibroids, I would say, because I know that they do work, and you would only need to take them for that period, for a period of time, not something that you need to take, that you should take for long periods. But you have varying ones. You have the bromelain, which is from the pineapple. You have papain from papaya. You have, so there are also the fruit-based enzymes that you can take. You have, of course, the more popular one that is used for fibroids is the serrapeptase. So those are some things that you can try, but it's fine. The herbs will work. The herbs will work. You can use the herbs coupled with the diet, with the intermittent fasting, and do your deep breathing exercises. And not only will you it's not just about only the fibroids. You will see that your overall health and well-being in general will be improved. And as I noted some herbs that you can use, and I'll have a longer list on my blog, so do check that out, guys. And yes, I hope you found this useful. I don't know, I'll probably because I do get asked from time to time to come back to fibroids, and so I'll probably at some point do more videos. Oh, one thing I want to mention is that get out in the sun. Get out in the sun if you're in. Vitamin D is extremely important to all aspects of our health and well-being, and so if you are in a place where you can get the sun, I know some of us are in places where we don't get the sun very often, but if you're in a place, make use of it. Do make use of the sun. Anyway, guys, like I said, you can visit my website at any time for additional information. If there are things that you want to see on the website that is not there currently, you can always, make a suggestion. I think I'm going to have something there that people can make a suggestion in terms of article. And eventually, somewhere down the line, those things will be included. But anyway, guys, I hope you found this useful. Subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Don't forget, be the change you'd like to see in this world. Have a fantabulous day today. Ta-ta.